Hi and welcome to the Financial Fox. Today, directly from Italy, we have Matteo Flora, founder of The Fool, the Italian leading company in reputation management, data protection and media monitoring. Matteo is also a university professor, a hacker, TEDx speaker, and finally, and most importantly, director at the London-based technology company Right of Reply. Hi, Matteo.
Hi.
Matteo, you are a major force in this field and you have a huge following and influence. I mean, I was quite impressed to see your 60K followers on YouTube. Do you want to explain maybe a little bit more about what you do?
Well, in The Fool, we normally deal with reputation monitoring and with strategies to make your reputation better, being you a corporate user, a brand manager, or a single person that has to deal with information about them online.
Okay, so all this work links to your other work in Right of Reply, as if I'm not wrong, The Fool is 10% owned by Right of Reply. How did you get involved with this project?
That's true, 10% of The Fool is owned by Right of Reply. I just met Alfredo, the founder, and I got excited by the possibilities that Right of Reply is giving the normal user. You know, if Right of Reply technology will be fully developed and widespread in a couple of years, the normal people around the world will be able to access means of dealing with information that are right now able to get only VIPs paying huge amount of money. It's sort of giving everyone the possibility to reply to online content.
Okay, let's talk a bit about social media, personal data and security. We have seen the challenges that, for instance, Facebook have faced recently. Could you define the problems and the solution?
The problem right now is that we have media outlets that are not supposed to be media outlets. Facebook, for example, is one of them, that is altering our perception about what is happening online. We do not get the same exposure for our reply, for example. If someone is trying to defamate us online, we do not get the same exposure. We do not get the possibility of replying back in the same way. And we do not retain our own data, our own identity. So we have this sort of identity providers. Facebook is one of them. It's the same with Google, with Twitter, sort of creating an identity, but managing all the identities in a way that we cannot control and we cannot own. Right of Reply is trying to solve this kind of problem.
Okay, let's turn now to Right of Reply, which you will be getting more involved with. The company uses a blockchain-powered platform to manage online reputation and protect individual identities, at the same time empowering users and their communities. What set Roar apart from many recent startups working in this space? And also, what are your current plans for rolling out its services?
Okay, the difference with Right of Reply is that it's creating some sort of overlaying a layer upon the internet and upon the newspaper, upon the social media as we know it. It's a sort of a new layer, giving back the possibility to reply in the same context, at the same time, with the same visibility, to people that are referred into the content. So never in human history that has been made so easy to do, so immediate to do, and so easy for anyone to achieve, like with Right of Reply solution right now. As far as the rollout of the technology is going, we will be ready into delivering the first Italian newspaper as a test bed in the space of a couple of months. The technology is already there and ready. We have a couple of financial issues because the newspaper has bought another newspaper, and so we are joining the two platforms.
But that will be a good news for you.
That is an extremely good news because we have a much more user base than we thought in the first instance. And after the first installation is ready, we have plans to roll out another one in Italy and a couple more newspapers in United Kingdom. In addition to that, we are rolling out the credit part because another part is dealing with credit scores, and we are starting with Italy within 6 months, and by the end of the next year we will be dealing with another agency in UK before jumping the pod to United States.
So let's just put this in context to make sure that people really understand the structure. So let's say I'm Victoria Beckham, and you know, somebody is going to write an article that they saw me naked last night, you know, in London, right? And that is not true because I was at home with my kids. How can I reply to that allegation?
If that is a newspaper that is one of our clients, you will get a notification that you are mentioned into one of their articles. Just as soon as you get the notification, if you are registered on Write or Reply as a person of interest, obviously, you get the possibility to reply back. And the reply will be shown within the article itself. You will see a green asterisk and overlaying that your reply. So people that are reading the article will be able to see your version of the facts.
Okay, I want to pick up on that because one of the main problems in O'Reilly Reputation Manager is indeed the fake news, fake profiles, incorrect content and unreliable resources. This shows the main problems of unverified digital identities. What is the game-changing element that blockchain technology is bringing to the table?
Well, blockchain right now will be used for notarizing the identity, the real identity of the person involved. You have to register with us and providing documentation about your real identity, and that gets notarized on the blockchain. We are using blockchain itself even for storing your information and your replies so that anyone, nobody will be able to alter that and to manipulate your response.
Okay, so talking about Write or Reply and specifically about one of its products, Rorky, we see the opportunity to create a human search engine directly managed by individual and users. Is that right? And how that is going to change, for instance, what is Google doing? It's going to be quite revolutionary.
Yeah, it's going to be. Well, Google right now is dealing with all the information we find online, but there is no possibility of integrating that with the opinion of the person mentioned. Any users within Rorky, within the ROR infrastructure, will be able to point out that an article is referred to someone that hasn't had the right of reply, and so empowering that user to find out information about them and empowering them to reply in the same space at the same relevance. So that is game-changing, because if Google is presenting you results of everything that is said, ROR will be presenting your voice within the information that can be found on Google.
And why do you think Google is not doing that?
Well, it's a different mission, you know. Google wants to retrieve information. We want you to be able, as an individual, to respond to that information in your giving your opinion on that, giving your version of the facts. Google is only dealing with content. We are dealing with the underlying stories within content.
They just started to open up to crypto advertising, you know, recently, and I think they are kind of trying to understand, you know, their model is quite old-fashioned, you know, and we are just going towards a new horizon now with blockchain technology. So now, Matteo, I wanted to ask you something. So fake news is a hot topic right now, but it's quite complex to define. Here is the question: how we can draw a line between fake news and opinion?
Unfortunately, I think that we are not able right now to set up a straight line. What we are able to do is giving two sides of the story, giving information about the story, enhancing what we find online with the truth that we can provide. And in that case, Right of Reply is giving you a layer to contrast fake news, because every time you see a fake news about you or your brand, you will be able to point out that that is fake news and giving facts to counteract the fake news.
And that is a natural right, is a legitimate right that I can exercise. So
yes.
Nobody is going to stop me to say, no, you can't say that.
In most of Europe, you are allowed to exercise your right of reply in any way that is proper in the same context with the same relevance of publications.
Wow, that's quite, it's quite powerful. Let's talk about data regulation. I mean, you are a professional with extensive experience and also an advocate for digital human rights. You often mention GDPR on your tweets. How do you think it should be a legal framework around online reputation, and what are the best ways, if any, to regulate speech on the web and social media?
Right now, the most important thing is giving back people the opportunity and the right to manage their information online. We are now in a sort of strange environment in which most of the platform has data about us we do not legally own and we cannot use. And giving back power to the user, certificating the identity and linking back all this data to a single identity and giving the user the power to manage that kind of data is the next big thing in marketing and the next big thing in privacy.
So finally, go back to Right of Reply, which is preparing for its IPO. Would you like to say something to the investors who are watching this video, maybe a little bit about the timeline and what is going to happen?
Okay, we have several options right now. We can go straight to US markets. We have been pre-approved by SEC. But we are contemplating some other possibility in the next few months. So I think that we will be ready for the premiere in a time frame that is between 3 and 6 months.
And regarding the product, that will be first launched in Italy, I believe, and then you are.
Yeah, we chose Italy as the first market because it is highly regulated on that point, so it's very difficult to approach, and we like to start where it
and also you have got all
difficult.
your contacts anyway, will be the easiest place, and then, moving into Europe eventually.
Yeah, and we are moving very fast into UK market.
Okay.
And from there on, maybe United States will be the next big thing.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you very much, Matteo. Look forward to having you back on our program for more news on Right of Reply. This is everything from the Financial Fox. See you next time.